what a weekend, you guys. So as you can tell, I'm going to be showing you how we made a new tall raised bed in my kitchen garden area. The area that I am showing you right now, it has mostly containers. Basically, I wanted to do this last year. We didn't have the budget, so I decided to use containers that I already have laying down. Some of them were saved from the recycle area from Lowe's. So I used what I had at the time and it worked great. But this year I really wanted to have a new tall raised bed, and honestly with the price of lumber where they are right now, it wasn't going to be doable. So we had a leftover piece of beam. It's not really supposed to be used for outdoor work. It's not treated wood. So we decided we have it, we will use it. We know that we might have to replace it in a couple of years, and that is fine. Basically what my husband did, and I am so thankful that he was here helping me because I wasn't going to be able to do this all by myself. So he separated basically the piece of beam into 3 parts. I am not super technical with all the terms when it comes to lumber, but basically this beam was made of 3 pieces and it was nailed together. So basically my husband separated the pieces and he put it together. He measured the bed so that we had what we needed. And it took a lot of work, but let me show you how we started. The area where we have the bed, it is full of gravel. The ground is basically inches below, it's full of gravel. We're not really sure what was here before, but it was really hard to dig to make this bed level. We did what we could, and I'm really happy with how it came out. So I went into Google, into one of those places, to check how much soil you need for filling up your raised bed or an area that you have, and the dimensions of the bed are roughly 10 feet long by 2.5-ish feet wide by 24 inches tall. Google told me that I was going to need about 2 yards or so of soil, which is a lot. So basically what I did is that I went into my friend's property. I have a friend who lives on the outside of town. If it's smoky, you guys, because we're grilling and I just wanted to finish this video, so excuse the smoky part. So anyway, I went to my friend's property and I picked up a bunch of branches and sticks. I just took a walk and I brought everything in my car and I filled the bottom with it. And also I saved everything that I have in my containers throughout the winter. I knew that I wasn't going to be using those containers again, but the stuff that is there, it's gold as far as filling up the bottom of the bed. I am going to be throwing stuff there that I have from trimming my hydrangeas, cleaning around the yard, anything that I can find is going to go in there because it's going to save me a little bit of space. If you are wondering about the ratio from nitrogen to this and that and how much green versus brown I have in the bed, then you are probably overthinking it. I am not really worried about that because I am going to be having flowers in there mostly. All the stuff that I'm going to be putting in there, it might take a couple of years to decompose, but it's going to be fine in the end. Overall, I am really happy with how the bed turned out to be. Honestly, I am glad that we used what we had, because if I wanted to make a bed that was that tall and that wide, it was going to be a little bit of money, and I'd rather spend that money on buying plants or buying good soil to fill it up with. I still have a lot to do in this area. I gotta figure out what I want to do with the mulch there. I think I'm going to have to grab a few more bags of this mulch. I also have some brick that I think I might want to use to put against this bed. I am not sure yet, so that's why it looks a little bit messy right now. I still have to order the soil that is going to go inside this tall raised bed, so a lot to do. Slowly I am getting the kitchen garden area where I wanted it to be. I wanted to do something else this year, but I just don't think that I'm going to have time, especially before I start putting things in there. So I think this is it as far as the kitchen garden area. This is going to be it for adding things to it, and I hope that you guys like it. I forgot what I said already. I shouldn't have had a margarita. I can't feel my legs anymore.